In the previous video, I covered God of War 1 till the Desert of Lost Souls, which is actually quite a low and abrupt point to end the video. I'm sorry about that. It was not because I was lazy and couldn't complete the video in time. That wasn't the case. But moving on from these sirens, I hate these things. That's not true actually. I do cut some slack for the sirens because they seem to be the only ones who understand YouTube's terms of being fully clothed. Thank you for that, ladies. So after absolutely destroying some siren spine, Kratos makes his way to this horn where in the distance we see Kronos roaming the desert. But oh dude, the horn is gone because we need to fight more goddamn sirens. Jesus Christ, that is a big mouth. This fight, like quite a few other fights, just feels so unnecessary. Like, just let me blow the goddamn horn, brother. You and I both know damn well that these sirens ain't doing to Kratos. And oh my god, just let me land one hit. After finally being free of the sirens, we blow the horn and Kronos immediately arrives and holy shit, that's a big man. Yeah, they weren't lying about the Titan part. Kratos immediately does some Spider-Man shenanigans and climbs Kronos for literally days? Like, how big is this man? I mean, I guess he has an entire temple on his back, but god damn. But after finally climbing another bald man, we reach Pandora's temple and this area is absolutely feral. Brother, they've got enemies everywhere. Small rooms filled with gorgons, small hallways filled with I don't know what these are called, and small rooms filled with a combination of all of these and a really exciting twist. The ground disappears. It just disappears. But coming back a little bit at the entrance of the temple, we meet a man who scares the out of me, and even Kratos is like, what the fuck? Alright, it's time to dive into the lore just a little bit. So Pandora's temple is basically a challenge that a lot of mortals attempt in order to find the strongest weapon, which is Pandora's box. What is Pandora's box? That's a great question and unanswered. It's gonna be revealed in the later game, so we'll touch on that when we get to it. Did you know that? Did you know they've made more than one God of War games? Now a lot of people have attempted the temple, but as the Oracle lets us know very clearly, none have succeeded. I wonder if Kratos will be the first. After tapping some Cyclops nuts, some kind harpies open the door for us. Maybe they're not that bad after all. So we go through the door and into the temple and oh my god, more enemies? Yeah, this is gonna be a common complaint throughout the video of the game feeling enemy spammy at multiple parts. Now Pandora's temple hasn't actually got much going on in terms of its lore, so there's not much to talk about, but there is one time where this bald Spartan comes across a lot of bodies and again remembers all the other times he was a bad person. If you've seen part 1, we've been through this before, just FYI. It's there, it's on a really good channel, you can check it out. Please check it out. But this time something's changed. After killing so many innocents in his lust for revenge, he really introspects and looks within to find a man trying to do good. He even says, by the gods, what have I become? After this, Kratos really changes as a man and starts to, holy shit, this man is evil.
The gods demand sacrifice from all of us.
Okay, but it kind of looked like you just meant him. So I'm gonna ignore this part and move on to different areas to note from here, like the challenge of Atlas, which is the first challenge out of 3 that we end up facing, and here we're introduced with one of my least favorite enemies into one of my least favorite archer sections into a combination of my least favorite enemies and archer section. Thanks God of War.
I hate it.
Don't look now, but it's another god door because of course it is, and this time it's Artemis. She's here to give us our first and only secondary weapon. That's exciting, right? Now, this weapon is straight up a clear downgrade from the blades. It has less range and you can do animation cancels for blocking as fluidly as you can with the blades. It does do a little more damage, but it's not near as high as it needs to be for me to even consider using this. Because in a lot of fights when Kratos is fighting the entirety of Greece, you need the blades to be able to manage a good chunk of them, and with this blue sword you can't. Artemis really was like,
here's a weapon I found laying around, go fight the God of War.
I offer you the very blade I used to slay a titan.
I'd love to know which titan you slain with this piece of shit, you bitch. It's time for the challenge of Poseidon, and as much as I love the guy because, you know, he gave me the best magic, this area is just, it's tiring, brother. Underwater sections are just slow and boring and they stop the otherwise pretty fast and well-paced momentum of the game. I don't think Kratos minds though. He was getting kind of freaky down there with the knights. Oh god Damn. And now for the last challenge, the challenge of the ugliest god.
Wait, what the fuck?
Hades, like the entirety of Greece, is a god door. I'm convinced that they had a shortage of doors at some point and found this trick to be the best method to solve all door-related problems. This is the weirdest thing in the game, hands down. Later in this section, we get our second boss of the game. That's crazy, the first boss was 5 minutes into the game. This was actually so weird that like 75% through the game, I'm realizing that I'm now fighting a boss. Like an actual boss. After suffering through this hellhole that is this temple, we finally get to another section of this hellhole. You thought we were done, right? I thought so too. We're not. Fuck. This conveyor belt section is so annoying, bro. This is why I said I spoke too soon about the harpies being kind. They showed their true colors here. The arrows are exploding, the belt is moving, it moves, brother. The harpies are smashing themselves on the ground, and doing this vertical doesn't even kill them or damage them, at least as far as I can tell. Like, just die. But after this, we finally get to reach this room where my goal, where all my desires, I can't think of more words, but basically Pandora's box is there. And this box is pretty heavy, so I'm sure Athena is gonna provide me with some form of transport to take it to Ares and use it on him, right? They just tell us to straight up push the box all the way from this temple to Athens. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to do that?
Hey, it's Ares. Heard you need to bring the box all the way over here?
Yeah, man, it's really heavy. Wait, what the fuck? I'm gonna kill you with this box.
Oh, don't worry about that. Let me kill you first.
We're in hell now.
Oh, don't worry. You can climb back out.
What did you say?
Yeah, you can just climb back out of hell. You didn't know that?
And we do just that. We fight the enemies we've already fought, but the hell version of them. It's not different. They're the same enemies. They just look a little different. But we do encounter one of the worst platforming sequences I've ever seen. This spiky moving cylinder. This thing is... What is this? Hey man, if you made this, please do us all a favor. Never make any video games again. I'm sorry, that was rude of me, but like, you know what you did there. What were we doing again? Oh yeah, climbing out of hell. By the way, I still can't understand how this is so normal. And guess who's back? Man with fingers in his hair. He still grows. But hey, at least he dug a grave so deep, it literally opened in hell. What? We move through Athens, killing some things here and there, Spartan style, and meet the Oracle again, but this time, she's really sleepy. And this hallway right here is the last time you're gonna be normal in this game, because after this comes a fight that can change a man. I'm on the hardest difficulty you can have in the first playthrough, which is Spartan mode, and brother, this fight is, it's quite hard. So Ares now has the Pandora's box brought to him by his harpies, which would have been quite unfortunate for us if he had opened it. But Kratos, being the gigachad brain he is, quickly pulls out the worst magic in the game and uses it to snatch the Pandora's box away from the worst person in the game. It's time to finally fight the God of War. I was not ready for this. So Kratos opens the Pandora's box and becomes the same size as Ares, because of course he does, and is determined to kill Ares, but Ares then pulls out his ultimate Q move and becomes the guy from Spider-Man.
Oh my god, it's Kratos! Hey Kratos!
The fight starts off and holy shit, he has so much health. Good thing my army of dead people takes care of that for me. Thanks.
You ugly freak.
Oh, come on, man.
All of Ares' moves are completely blockable except for this one, which I got no idea what to do in this situation. And this one I never got hit by because you just had to run around while he rains hellfire from top. Then you get to the end of the fight and do a move that I like to call,
Oh, sorry. Let me get that for you.
now you might think we have conquered Ares, and you're right. No. It gets worse. Ares then sucks us into a purple hole and makes us live our worst memory, which is of course that PlayStation has just announced no physical disc from here on out. Sorry, I meant when Kratos kills his wife and child. Why are you looking at me like that? Here we have to kill what seemed like give or take 1 billion Kratos clones while your family stands right in the middle waiting to be killed. These clones are absolutely feral. They don't respect your or your family's personal space and will leap on top of you to make you stuck in this grab animation while your family gets clapped. After what felt like an eternal long fight, we move on to a phase 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Kratos is on his knees unarmed in front of Ares, but quickly remembers that there's a statue holding a sword right next to him. He then quickly pulls it out, and now it's time to fight man to man. Or man to god, or god to man, however that works. This phase introduces actually decent moves, but then the devil would have gotten bored and decided to include this move, which is the epitome of bullshit. You can't block it, and if you get hit by it, you're stun locked into getting hit by its follow-up move, which drains your health bar down like your bank account when trying to pre-order GTA 6. After an embarrassing amount of attempts, we finally succeed and penetrate our blade right into Ares's chest. I have no idea why I said it like that. Ares then spits out some blood and explodes. Kratos quickly goes to Athena to remind her of their deal, but is saddened when he realizes that the gods just pulled an epic prank on him. They were like, "Hey, thanks for killing our family member who was terrorizing an entire city. The best we can do is forgive your sins." We really hope that helps. Kratos immediately goes back to the start of the game to complete his attempt at one jump with no respawn Spartan difficulty challenge, but fails it because Athena forgot to mention that the empty throne of the god of war can only be occupied by the person who killed the god of war. And so it ends, the story of a guy who did a lot of shit and somehow ended up with even more shit. Pretty relatable.